All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting interview. I'm here with Dominique Lil Jalapeño Roundtree, amateur boxer with over 40 bouts, looking to make his professional debut in 2019. Dominique, welcome to the show.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Not much. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
I appreciate
Dominique,
it.
tell the people a little bit about yourself. How did you get into boxing? How did it all start for you?
Well, my mom first put me into karate coming into it, and it wasn't very applicable to my life because I have two older brothers, so try to karate kick them, it ain't really gonna work when he grab you. So
Right.
I definitely had to transition into something more realistic for me.
Okay.
And boxing just gave that feel for me. I played a lot of other sports as well, like basketball, football, baseball, but nothing had that individual take on it like boxing did.
Yeah.
When I trained hard in boxing, it definitely produced rather than
Right.
my team just go get whooped out that night.
Exactly, and that's kind of how I feel about team sports. I used to, before I got into martial arts, I was big into your team sports. I would watch football and basketball.
Yeah.
But then once I started doing martial arts, I started getting more into solo sports. I started watching more track and field. I like my hard work. When I get in there, it's what I done. I don't have to rely on Kevin showing up. I don't have to rely on LeBron James showing up.
Yeah.
If I show up, I produce results. If I don't show up, I lose.
Yes.
Nobody to blame, nobody to point a finger at. And that's what I kind of like about boxing, combat sports in general. It's man on man. Once you get in the ring, it's you and that other person. There's no excuses. So that's probably a similar thing that I like about it a lot.
Yes,
So how long have you been doing boxing?
For about 8 years now, since I was 12 turning 13, and I just turned 21 this year. And it's been a great ride the whole time. I'm just looking to go pro to finally get started in what I've been wanting to do my whole life.
Yeah, because you got a lot of experience, over 40 amateur bouts, and you're like I said, the Olympic tryouts is this year, and you're looking to try out for the Olympics. Tell me about that, and what are your thoughts on that? Are you excited about that? Are you nervous about it?
Well, it's a little bit of both, because chasing gold is a big thing.
Yeah.
And I definitely have someone I look up to is Sugar Ray Leonard.
Okay.
And I know he won gold when he was younger. And that's definitely been one of my dreams, to just compete in it, let alone take home the gold. So I'm trying my hardest to stay working. We ain't gonna be drinking through the New Year's. I know some people will, but we ain't gonna be drinking through the New Year's. And we just gonna stay working. Make sure we produce results next year.
That's awesome. So when is the Olympic trials? Is that earlier in the year? Is it later in the year? Because the Olympics is next year, and it's going to be in Japan, which is pretty big. Is that something that's earlier in the year or later in the year?
It'll be earlier in the year, I believe. A little before summer, probably.
Okay, good. So we're going to try the Olympic tryouts, and hopefully everything goes well with that. That's what's holding you up from going pro at this moment.
Yes,
so if you make the Olympics, we're going to go to the Olympics, we're going to get gold. If not, you're planning on turning pro.
Yes,
and if you turn pro, what do you look to do as far as turning pro? Is it something you want to start out here local on the local circuit, maybe stay in the Southeast, or are you going to try to look to get out there in Vegas and fight some of that stiffer competition out that way?
I definitely want to fight the best competition, because I'm looking at boxing long term. I want to make my name as big as it can get. I want to really go down as a legend, the same way many of my idols have.
Right.
I don't plan to be in it and kind of play around, fight a couple people I know, and be like, hey, get in the ring with me real quick.
Yeah.
Give me a couple dollars. And I want to fight the big time fights and make big money.
And big risk, big rewards. And a lot of times in combat sports, you see a lot of guys, they pad their record, or they try to avoid the hard competition and build their record up. And I've been the type in my whole career is I'll fight anybody. As long as we weigh the same amount that same day, we can do this. That's what I train for. I don't want to fight anybody I think I can go into and already dominate them. Even though you should have that mentality going into the fight, I'm bad, I'm tough, I'm prepared, I'm in shape, I trained. But I'd never wanted to go into a fight where I was like, I know I'm gonna beat this guy. I know it's gonna be a celebration afterwards. To me, that's not. To me, that's not. Yeah. To me, that's not. That's not competing. To me. That's great. I'm glad to hear that from you, that you're looking for the toughest competition, and that's what the real fighters want. That's what the promoters want. You know what I mean? They want guys like that are ready to fight and put it on the line, put the record on the line, and that's what makes you. That's how you see and show and prove. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You've been training now for about eight years now. looking to go pro this year, looking to go to the Olympics this year. Is there anything else big on your plate? Is there a special lady or anything like that? Is you got a ring coming anytime soon?
Not a ring or anything of that sort of mine, but I definitely trying to live my best life right now.
Okay.
But you know, I'm looking forward to somebody at some point.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so I ain't trying to spoil nothing.
All right, ladies, y'all hear that now? Okay, now
I might spoil somebody.
Right. All right, not right now.
Yeah.
So the hair, Dominique. I know you always get talks about the hair. I used to tease you about the hair.
Yeah.
Tell us about the hair. What inspired the hair? And are you going to keep the hair? Is this a forever thing? Are you married to your hair? What's going on with the hair?
I don't know. I get questions everywhere I go about the hair. I go to the gas station. I go to the mall. Everybody's asking me about the hair. Get good comments, bad comments. You know, sometimes you got old people, they hate it because they ain't got hair. Yeah, they ain't got no hair, so they give me some.
Right, low key. That's why I wear the hat. You know, I'm starting to recede up front, so that's low key. That's why I wear the hat. I'm doing me.
So I definitely feel like going into the Olympics, I'll have to maybe shape it up, maybe braid it up, to avoid it moving a little too much when I'm fighting. But I don't know about right now cutting it. I'm kind of liking it. I'm feeling the wave right now.
Right, you're feeling the wave. I like it. I can dig it. Is there anything that, you know, people may not know about you that you would want them to know about you? What separates you from the rest?
Well, I definitely have a strong, just killer work ethic. Like every time people coming home, when I come home from the gym, I'm working out again. Like I always got to get everything down to the T. I'm always working hard and just making sure everything's on point. When it gets fight time, I'm not eating. I'm not doing the you-know-whats, you know, knocking boots or nothing like that. And I'm definitely focused on everything that's going to prepare me to get right for the fight.
Right. And that's good to hear, too, man, because, you know, a lot of times people don't take their career serious, and they think they're going to be young forever, or they think they're invincible. You got to put in the work, you know. You look at fighters like, you know, your Floyd Mayweather. People think that he's out, you know, spending money. Floyd works.
Oh yeah,
he's one of the hardest. Yeah,
shows.
You know, he's not 50-0 for no reason. You know, he works. You know, a lot of people think he's, you know, I watched some documentaries on that guy, and he works. You know, like you said, like you leave the gym, people think you just go home and sit on the couch. No, you're at home cranking out some, you know, another 1,000 sit-ups, another 1,000 push-ups. You know, putting that road work in, getting on the road, hitting some miles. You know, and you got to do that if you want to be top elite athlete in a sport like this. Like I said, like we talked about earlier. You know, it's one-on-one. When you get in that ring or you get in that cage and they close that door or that ref says, "Are you ready?" It's just you and that other person.
And it's always been like that. I feel like people kind of neglect that fact before they get in there in their preparation and everything. They want you to kind of go easy with them, make sure they looking good on camera and all that. But when you get in there, it's a dog fight.
Oh yeah.
So you can't be wondering if you look pretty, because I know I might look like a pretty boy to most people, but I get that a lot. But I'm definitely rough when it gets in there.
and that's another thing, you know, when you talk about people worrying about, you know, looking cool. A lot of guys, you know, are out here. A lot of girls are out here fighting because it's a fad right now, or because they think it's the cool thing to do right now, and you know, they get out there and you know, they just doing it to post a picture, you know, and then they come up against a shark, you know. I'm here. I'm trying to take your head off. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I think separates, you know, your average Joes from your elite athletes. You know, the guys that are in there, like, this is how they're trying to feed their family. This is their legacy. You know, every fight is your legacy. You know what I mean? And I think, you know, I'm glad that you take that serious and that you're looking to, you know, go somewhere.
And that's what I'm like real focused on, is building my legacy in the greatest way possible. Like, I don't want to leave no stone unturned and go out there and do any less than I know I can do.
Right.
Especially if I know I've seen the competition.
Right.
I know at the weight class.
Right.
I know what I'm working with.
Right.
So.
And your weight class is one of those weight classes where the guys are fast.
Oh, they fast.
They're sharp.
I ain't seen a fast enough one.
Jalapeño's the fastest.
Yeah, little jalapeno faster than cheetah I is. So.
Hey, that's good to know, because you know I spar with Dominique. We spar. I probably mix it up with him. If you go back and look at some of the videos, you probably can pull up some videos of me and Dominique sparring, and it makes me faster sparring with him, because you know I maybe have close to 60, 70, maybe even 80 pounds on Dominique, and I'm telling you, when I spar with him, he's the only person that's ever made my legs kind of shake in sparring. He's the only person where I kind of look over, when you're mixing it up in sparring, and it's like you seeing who you're gonna spar with next. I kind of like, I see Dominique look my way. I kind of go, yeah, because man, it's speed kills, and I'm a lot slower than he is, and by the time I get off 2 or 3 punches, I done been hit 3 or 4 times, so. That's something that's helped me out sparring with him, so I can contest to your speed.
I definitely feel like a lot of younger kids have that problem, though. The same way I want to kind of relate it to boxing, because I feel like that's a topic that needs to be touched on.
Right.
A lot of younger people focus so much on other things that's why they don't excel at their particular sport or business, whatever it is. They're kind of worried about a lot of other things,
like what do you mean, like as far as like the
social media or the media?
Yeah, they're more worried about the fame than the hard work from it.
Yeah, than the progress.
Right.
You can't be so focused on this that you don't see anything in front of you and get knocked out. So.
Right. You don't want to take that trip of your lifetime. Some people they want to go to Paris. But they spend, they save all their money up. They get the plane ticket. They get the hotel. They go to Paris, and the whole time they're taking pictures while they're in Paris to show off to people that aren't there in Paris with and you didn't even enjoy Paris while you was in Paris.
I'm telling you.
So that's something that's really big, and you gotta stay focused. You gotta stay driven. You gotta have tunnel vision. You know what I mean? If you want to be the best, you want to be the champion. You gotta have tunnel vision, because like these ring announcers. I'm at their neck, man. I mean, I'm coming. Like, no disrespect to Michael, no disrespect to Bruce Buffer, no disrespect to any ring announcer. I love them all. You know what I mean? I support them all. I follow them all. I like all their pictures, everything. But I'm coming. Like, I'm coming. Like, you're gonna know the name. We do this. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I feel. I feel like if you know how much work you put in, you know what you're capable of.
Right.
And that next man gonna know what you're capable of too when he get in there. So that's all that matters to me.
Now, do you have any sponsors at this time that you would like to thank and give a shout out to any of your sponsors? Because this would be a good platform.
Yes, I definitely have someone to thank. I would like to thank William Dalzell of Dalzell Design Landscaping. He's been supporting me greatly through this whole experience on my road to going pro and the Olympic hopeful. And I would also like to reach out to any new sponsors that are interested, just to let them know I'm available to receive any more sponsorships now.
And if you're looking to sponsor somebody, if you want to put your brand on a platform, Dominique, he's an Olympic hopeful. He's turning pro this year. And I'll put a link up here with his info, and he'll probably be down in the comment section also, ways to get in touch with him. Dominique also does personal training here at Grubel's Mixed Martial Arts. So if you're in the Augusta, Georgia area and you want to learn some boxing techniques or get a good cardio workout in, or just, talk it up with them and get a training session in with them, you can also hit them up. Like I said, I'll have a link, or I'll have something up here with a description on how to get in touch with Dominique. Also, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Clout. The guys over at Clout always look out for me. Their motto is "We hit hard." And I'd like to thank the good old people over at Ballsy. They supply me with the best body wash I've ever used. It's called Ball Wash. Our motto is "Live Balls Out." And they'll be in the link and descriptions also if you want to get some of that product as well. As always, 2019, we're coming, and always live balls out. Peace.